Hello everyone, how's it going?
Hello, hello. How's it going for you, Yash?
It's going pretty fine. One side note is like Fable got released today, so I've been just playing around with it a lot.
How
So
much
yeah,
money have you
on my
spent?
personal what?
How much money have you smoked in the testing?
So it is included till the end of this week. So I have a $200 like subscription and all, and it just will reset after this call. So I'll be back to building. So my limit is already over till now.
Yeah, the credits are finishing super fast. It's like I think 8x time the 4.8.
Yeah, exactly.
This is Sonnet 5.
I
Yeah,
heard
yeah.
it's good for also like designing and specific models. You tested?
Yeah, Sonnet 5, it's too expensive after the low barrier, so I would rather use 4.8 low rather than Sonnet 5 medium even. So that's how I'm playing around with these things right now.
Nice, nice. That's a cool like intro. So welcome everyone to this community call. Let's actually start with a quick round of intro. I think everybody kind of like know already everyone here, but let's do a quick round of intro. Shabazz, do you want to start first?
Hey everyone, Shabazz here. I lead the DevRel initiative for the MetaMask Connect side and everything around SEO and Geo here at with MetaMask. So yeah, very excited to be joining in this community call. There are much more updates around the MetaMask Connect side, and we have a special guest today for the Connect.
Nice.
Wanna go next? Ayush, Yash, go for it.
I can go, it's fine. Hi everyone. Ayush. I think like this is I don't know, like we have done like a lot of introductions over the past 1 year, I believe. I also work in the MetaMask Developer team. I mostly focus on the smart accounts kit and the agent wallet with Yash. So if you have like any feedbacks, any like suggestions, things you want to see in any of the like developer tooling and the CLI, let us know. Happy to help you out.
Definitely. So I'm Yash. I handle developer advocacy for embedded wallets and agent wallet alongside Ayush. And in the last stream, I guess we just said something new is going to come, and that was the agent wallet. And if you haven't registered already for the preview, we are regularly taking in people, and it's a crazy community out there. You should just come over and see the beta and what we are building, and it's a crazy product. Like I've traded already so many times with it, and agentic trading is like definitely the future. So very happy to be here in the new community call.
Excited. This guy excited to have you here also like Yash to discuss different kind of like new updates. And yes, you're right. I think since the last call, yeah, the MetaMask Agent Wallet launch was legendary. So excited also. We will have also a focus community call for that next month. And I don't want to hype too much. But Captain, before we start, yes, we still are not announcing the winners. I think Ayush were still on the judging side, right? And yeah, but a lot of things. I mean, if judging is not easy to do, that means the submission and everybody's build are really good.
Yeah, I think we said like we'll be announcing the winners, but due to some like more judging processes that we need to overlook, we wanted to make sure that everyone is being judged fair and like equally. So that's why we decided to like do the judging like results announcements to the next week. So sorry for the delays, but yeah, stay tight. The results will be out soon.
Nice. Sounds good. Okay, let's do it. Let's start. So, what we want to kind of go through to this MetaMask community call. We have a lot of things. So, quick intro. Yash will also drive through us some updates around the embedded wallet. Then we have a special guest from Intuition, Kames. He will actually like run us through some of those updates around smart account with Ayush. So we'll kind of like also ask some questions. Not hopefully not too many spicy questions. And yeah, we'll get excited to see also like an update on that. And then, as mentioned before with Shabazz, we have some exciting updates around MetaMask Connect in terms of like versioning and features. And then also we dive deep into a quick fireside chat with from Merkle. Okay, sounds good. Any exciting session without being too biased that that you guys kind of like looking forward to?
I don't want to be biased, but I'm very excited towards MetaMask Connect updates.
Nice, nice.
I think that's the thing what we call bias.
Exactly,
Yeah, very
exactly. I
excited.
know, true.
Yeah.
True, true. Yeah, a lot of people actually leveraging Connect during the past months, and it's very exciting to also like kind of like liaison the conversation there, and having some updates also from Yushabaz will be exciting. Nice. Okay, sounds good. I think for everybody joining now, so welcome to this community MetaMask community call on July. Again, quick housekeeping. You will see in all we're restreaming wider to different like channels. You can ask question during all the time in the chat. Try to actually have relevant questions so we can kind of like toggle in and actually get it sorted and ask our speaker here. And I think a part of that, you can obviously reach out to always to the Builder Hub. There is a lot of different sections, so you can actually like overview and see whatever you want to ask. And yeah, if you want to also introduce yourself in the chat, feel free to and post either your flag or a quick intro about yourself. Let's do it. So we just went through a quick agenda. Also, to give some context, I think for the people kind of like joining now, these MetaMask community calls are happening every month. We're trying to share different highlights about not just the product updates, but also highlights around the ecosystem. We're inviting a lot of different guests from partners to ecosystem leaders to kind of like join and discuss different topics. And we want to showcase things, right? So you will see some of the hackathon winners, some of the product demo, so that actually people can see really what is happening. And the entire goal here is really to show and not just tell. And again, this is a 1 hour platform for discuss different things. So remember, this chat is also like for you. If you have anything that you want to kind of like input, any questions, we're really happy. And our really goal is really to discuss different things. Any other things that I'm missing here, team, that you want to kind of highlight?
Discuss about the latest models.
Yes, yes. How to get your credit down in less than 2 hours, Yash?
Yeah,
That's yeah, exactly.
I've got a
Yeah,
superpower for that right now.
yeah. Even testing with Chinese model would be interesting because I'm hearing really good feedbacks. I tested out stuff like Minimax, and yeah, it's actually quite crazy, but the output is obviously different.
Yeah, of course. Like I've tried using open code and things like that with open router, and
Yeah.
it goes for a bit, but sometimes you get frustrated because it goes into a loop of not performing well. So that's quite interesting in the way they work.
Yes, actually, Open Router, I think like it grew a lot as a product, like not just routing, but also this kind of like local versus online models that you
Yeah,
can auto switch. I want to test it out because that's super exciting, especially if you run Orchestrate or like OpenClaw or MS instances.
yeah, definitely.
Nice. Sounds good. Okay, let's do it. Let's start. Also, like some highlights. I think, like you saw, we're running a lot of community builder nights across different cities. I think this week there are 5 happening between India, Brazil, Nigeria, and I think one in France. So it's quite excited. So these community builder nights are for MetaMask ambassadors. If you're excited to to launch local meetup about what you're building, or even like around adoption, if you want to show the agent wallet to kind of like to everyone, and you want to kind of like start and try to trade and build some features for the MetaMask agent wallet, you are more than welcome to try it out and organize some of those community builder nights. In the same time, thanks for asking, Captain. We are still judging on the MetaMask Smart Account Dev Cook-Off. Yeah, that means there were really good submissions, and in the same time, we will announcing next week, hopefully. And if you have also like other ideas about different topics around this monthly Dev Cook-Off, or if you're a partner, you're hearing us, you have a tech stack you want to actually leverage and partner up with MetaMask on running those MetaMask Dev Cook-Off, our doors is always open. Feel free to reach out and just we will get things sorted and kind of like even cost. We like to do really this MetaMask Dev cook-off with different like partners. Okay, sounds good. Let's do it. So, quick update around the embedded wallet, Yash. I think you've been working on different updates during the past months, and it's very excited also to have you here to sharing those news.
Definitely. And in the last community call, we shared about V11 being out, and V11 has been the biggest update to embedded wallets till now, and including things like RBAC, more granular user control, and just linking your different accounts for that matter. If you can log in via Google, you can just link your MetaMask wallet with it. That's like insanely great things if somebody is like logging in for the first time and wanting to try out your app or something like that. So we are extending these updates now to the mobile SDKs, and that is the biggest update till now. And if you go to the next slide, you'll see the different things what we have done alongside some new interesting features. So we have launched Android V10, iOS V12, and Unity V7. So what is the major highlight over here? The major highlight is if you're using custom authentication, like most mobile apps do, right? You can have your own Google or your own Apple login within the application. And as soon as you do that, your whole app will have embedded wallets totally hidden. It won't even show you that. Like earlier, if you just use a standard SDK, it will just go to the website, construct your key, and come back. Over here, everything is hidden. Everything is done within your application itself. Alongside that, all the different features that you have seen already in embedded wallets is there, including the white labeled UI and things like that if you want to access that. So this is a very exciting time to actually build on embedded wallets. We have the MCP server, we have the skills. We just need to add it to your whatever coding agent you want, and you can do it. I was literally trying it out this time, and that was really, really great. If you go to the next one, I have a few interesting things that people have asked us about in the pipeline, right? So base accounts, and it's actually ready. I was literally trying it out right now, and it's working flawlessly. And people have asked us, like, when you are having a base accounts connector for embedded wallets v11, and it's going to be released like within this week itself, and that's really, really cool because now you can link your base accounts directly to embedded wallets, use it to sign, use it to export to stuff, everything whatever you want. And we are extending the v11 updates to react native as well. So we expect the React Native SDK with added all the different 7.0.2 features, all the added RBAC features, everything built in. So that is currently in the pipeline, and React Native should be launched in a couple of weeks as well. And when we are updating things, it's time for something interesting that is called deprecations. So if you go to the next slide, you'll see the list of this quarter. So the old V9 version, so versions down is what we are deprecating right now by the end of this quarter, that is 30th of September. And by then, I would really, really request you to upgrade your SDK to get the best quality of experience as well. And then you can also like use all our MCP and skills to quickly do it without any major issue happening in your application as well. It will automatically handle all the different code changes of all the different architectural changes, and properly it will like upgrade the SDK. So if you have any issues, you can always reach out to us on Builder Hub. But these are the deprecations that you need to keep in mind and accordingly move forward. And by the end of 30th September, we'll be reaching out to a lot of different people who haven't upgraded for sure. But by end of 30th September, we'll be not supporting these particular versions at all. So
Question,
that is
Yash, what how people can reach out if they have like problems in the deprecation pipeline or in the upgrade?
any problem, just go to the Builder Hub, builder.metamask.io. Go over there, ask your question. We'll be there to help. We are regularly following up with people. And over there, somebody also asked for base account, so that is pretty cool. So you can ask for a feature as well, and we'll work on top of it, and we'll make sure to like implement it for you as well. Any questions, we'll make sure to help you out. Ask for any questions, specific answers as well. So that helps us the best as well. So yeah, that's all for the embedded wallets updates for the month.
And if you don't
Nice.
want to come on the builder hub, you can use the skills of Web3 auth and ask the agent.
By the way, the agent actually has a way to go through all the different Builder Hub issues in the past, figure out what something has worked for somebody, and it will also give you like a like if something is not working, then also it will give you a proper post that you can write and post it to Builder Hub. So you don't even have to think about it much.
Nice.
Exciting.
I think people don't like writing a lot of like content when they want to post such kind of like the issues.
Yeah.
That is a big help if agent is like doing that for you.
And we saw a lot of questions on Builder Hub on kind of like blockers, and we have also like the bot actually triaging those. But again, yeah, our doors is always open. I think you can just yeah, write us and we will respond directly to it.
Right.
Nice.
Uh,
Sounds
so
good.
yeah.
What's the one thing that you're mostly excited about these latest changes, Yash? Especially when you talk about the account linking, worth explaining that. Like, what does that mean for a general user? Like, what if an app integrates that? Like, what it how it helps a general user? Because I think the account linking is more of like not sure like how it does, right? For me, so especially in Web3, right?
So you might have seen a lot of airdrops, right? For example, like any airdrop, when you go over, you might use a primary wallet. That is where you actually want to receive an airdrop. And then you link a lot of your socials. And all of those socials basically go ahead and actually check your like lots of verification. Like, have you posted something around the community? Have you done something around this? So as a DApp developer, it's like a lot of integrations. You have to integrate Twitter, you have to use their APIs, you have to integrate like Google, and to verify if something has happened, somebody has registered in an event or not. So all these things we are shielding away the authentication part of it. You can still call the Google APIs after the authentication has been done from our end, and you can directly do and move forward. And all of these are linked in a centralized way inside of a database as well. Not the actual identity of the user, but actually their shielded identity, what we create with embedded wallets. So this makes sure that you are still compliant with all the GDPR and all the different laws while you are actually doing these things of making sure a single person is going around and is properly invested in your community. And this is just one of the use cases. A lot of people, as I mentioned earlier, might not like to just directly log in with their MetaMask wallet inside of your app, because they might think that it's a new thing. I would rather just go with the Google flow because they're used to it. And then they later on choose that, okay, I need to link my MetaMask wallet for elevated experience or something like that. And that is when they can just do it and both the accounts will be linked together. So this honestly is very magical in the way it works, because I've tried it multiple times, and I was able to switch between the two different accounts simultaneously as well. So it was really cool.
Nice, nice. Keep those questions
Nice.
going. I like it. And if you have any question from the audience, feel free to use the chat. We are monitoring it. Sounds
I
good.
was
I would say
just
now let's invite Kames for our partner spotlight on intuition. Kames, I'm bringing you on. Let's see.
Yes, hello.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you.
Nice. So good to have
Yeah, yes, thank you. I wasn't sure if that was a call to do an introduction or if I was waiting for something else.
Yeah, I think like you can start with your introduction. Like people would like to know more about
Cool.
you.
Yeah, so I am Kames. I'm the CTO at Intuition. Intuition is a protocol and a network. So we are an L3 on top of Base. Our primary focus is around knowledge graphs and InfoFi. So you can essentially make any person, place, or thing into a atom, which lives on a blockchain, which then has a market, which I'll dive into later. But yeah, think of Intuition as the place to build knowledge graphs.
Exciting,
Nice.
exciting.
That means like you
Cool.
can also change like information on the chain now, like your identity and reputations.
Yes.
Awesome. Would like to know more once you go in the deep dives of how it works.
Yeah, I mean, I can segue to that if we want to do that
Yeah,
now.
let's do
Yeah,
it.
the floor
Yeah,
is yours.
let me do a screen share. Yeah, I'll take a quick moment to just show intuition. So we are getting ready to do a transition. We did our TGE in November, success. We have several partners building on our network. But what was required was always to do a transaction to contribute to the intuition knowledge graph. So we've actually taken a playbook out of the delegation framework. This is something I learned when I was contributing to the delegation framework a couple of years ago, which is called counterfactual statements. So now what happens is we've allowed the intuition network to be counterfactual in the sense that you can store atoms off chain, you can build your knowledge graph off chain, and then when there's demand for a market, you can then create it. So I want to quickly show off the concept of how this works. So we recently published packages that allow you to generate these atoms, do it deterministically, do it counterfactually. And like I mentioned before, what ends up happening is it allows you to take any link in the website, whether it's a link from Wikipedia, Spotify, Amazon, etc. If I have a Spotify link open. So what I do is I take this URL, I paste it in here, and I might have done this a second ago, and I hit enrich. And now what's happening is I've created an atom. This lives in our database counterfactually, but a market can now exist for this. We have a bonding curve you can deposit. And where we're really excited where this comes in is the delegation framework. We want the ability for people to deposit counterfactually. So if a certain item reaches certain popularity, maybe you want to buy or sell your shares in it. And so that's kind of our long-term vision for the delegation framework, is kind of deeply integrating into the onboarding plus the being able to monitor markets without having to be at your computer constantly. So anyways, I'll pause there. I'm happy to do even more of a deep dive, but if there's any questions or we want to go a different direction, we can certainly.
I think this
I
is
think this is pretty
great.
good.
Yeah. In terms of tech stack, like how you guys leveraging like the attestation side? Like what is the on-chain kind of like instruments? I mean, on the smart account kit is clear, right? But I'm interested on probably the attestation side. How are you doing the on-chain DID side?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I mean, this is a big question. This has been a large topic for a long time. How do you handle reputation? This was something I worked on early at Uport and in Consensus. I know it's been something MetaMask thinking about. It's a large problem, and so what I'll say is intuition itself is kind of agnostic. So we take the smart contracts are relatively simple, where we use what are called semantic triples. So you can create an atom, and then you have a semantic triple that has a subject, predicate, and object. And anything can go into that subject, predicate, object field. So it's a little bit agnostic. But what we've started to do is have stronger opinions about how we think, the chain should be used. And so what we've done is created a superset off of schema.org. So schema.org provides basically globally recognized standards for semantic web. So how do you describe person, places, or things? What are these common fields? And so we build on top of that. And then IDs are represented deterministically. We upload it to IPFS, and then that becomes the atom. But there are many number of ways you can represent reputation. So what we're excited to see, and is happening with the hackathon with MetaMask, is you can put different URIs. So you could put a URL that's pointing to a private database, or something that's an API for a T, which is a trusted execution environment that's like private. And you can run certain reputation through that privately and then post that on chain. So you could have private reputation markets as well. So anyways, I'll pause there. I'm throwing a lot out, but that's a bit of how we build up our atoms, our IDs, our reputation is schema.org. And then people can recommend schemas and adopt them as a community.
Awesome.
That's very useful.
Like all this information like on chain, and you have the graph. How do you make sure the graphs are correct, like in the terms of the information that is stored there?
Yeah, super good question. So it's a bit of a two-pronged approach. So one, you have to have a really good dedupe process. So if you have two different URLs, a good example is you have a URL for a song from Spotify and Apple Music. in essence, those are kind of the same idea or concept. But if users post those two different atoms, you end up with a fragmented market. It's like, which one is the source of truth? And so from the get-go, what we try to do is have a URL that, whether it's from Spotify or Apple Music, will resolve to the same thing. But where we believe crypto is the most interesting is, we're not going to get that perfect. And so the way to overcome that is with markets, is with capitalism, is like ultimately users decide what is the canonical reference or the canonical item, and they deposit on it. They show that through trust. And so that's kind of one of the key pillars of Intuition. Our thesis is that the world is messy, and markets are one of the only viable solutions to kind of help determine a messy knowledge graph, right? How do you make sense of it? So it's a two-pronged approach, a bit technical, and then the market and crypto side of it, deciding which is canonical items.
So it's more like how DAOs work, where you can vote on like which proposal like you wanna go forward with. So like if you have, I think like the native tokens of the Intuition, you can basically
Yep.
stake those to like prove that okay, this is what is the right one.
Yep, exactly.
Some
Permissionless, right? We got to have the crypto values.
does it also brings the issue that we have in the DAOs usually, that if you are the highest token holder, then you can basically vote, and like it's not a community one, but like the one with the highest tokens always wins.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, and then that's a feature, not a bug, right, of crypto. But like one part of our app, to that point is, you may not trust a whale, even though they've deposited 1,000 trust on an item. You may want to trust other people, and I think one of the value props that we find so interesting is essentially being able to decide on your own algorithm, or choosing what we call like a reality tunnel or a perspective. And so if you want to see the world in a certain way, you can exclude people's deposits, or you can include one. And we think that to your point, whales can just change the signal, and it's important to be able to filter that out. So anyways, that's wanted to call that out, because that's such an important part of the knowledge graph, is how do you exclude sometimes that use case.
Even reputation, or even like some delegation of the reputation tiers might be super interesting too.
Yep.
James, do you wanna do like the Intuition missions quickly, like what they are, like what people can do, and what team is looking for?
Yeah, absolutely. So for a little bit of context, Intuition and MetaMask recently partnered up. You guys very, wonderfully deployed the delegation framework, the smart contracts on our network. And so for this last week, our community has been diving into the delegation framework, getting used to it. And so to help people, we've put up several missions. You can get anywhere from a couple $100 to several thousand. There's a couple of interesting ones here related to liquid governance, being able to use the delegation framework to vote. So I definitely would recommend coming to check them out. They're at intuition.box/missions, or if you just go to intuition.box, it's the primary menu. Yeah, definitely hop in. There's a couple of good ones. My favorite, I think, was one that I definitely want to see is the community caveat enforcers. Like, relatively simple, but like we would love to see it. It's something that I've wanted for years, and that's always been a problem. And like Intuition is a great spot for it. So like, I don't know, if someone wants to build a beautiful UI and like user experience, I think that's probably the most important part. But anyways, pick any of the missions. They're all good. Yeah, maybe do you want to add anything? Put any other flavor on it?
I think we saw like a couple of projects in the hackathon that we did recently on the voting, the DAO voting, and it would be, I think, like the one you talked about, right? The community caveat enforcer registry is really a good one, because we have seen that people want to like build their own custom enforcers, and we saw in the hackathon as well. The only thing is that there is no kind of such a marketplace or a place like Open Zeppelin community contracts where you can actually go use those contracts. Doing it inside the MetaMask is a little bit tricky, because it needs to go through the auditing phase and everything, which makes it even more trickier to add new enforcers. But this registry can be like really that community marketplace for the enforcers, where people can build and share their enforcers with others.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great point, right? It reminds me of the cliche quote: "With great power comes great responsibility." Right? Like these enforcers, they are so powerful and like can do so much, but you have to make sure you don't use the wrong one. Like, you don't want to rug yourself. So yeah, absolutely, a registry is critical. And one thing that I will add that is not here, but that I would love to see, and I think is probably useful for a lot of projects, and something that I know we'll be focusing on pretty soon, is using the delegation framework for viral onboarding. So we want to see being able to invite your friends to our app. So like, say you've deposited on an Atom. I created the Elon Musk Atom. I really love Elon Musk. I want to invite my friend to deposit. I'll give them, one or two of my trust and my balance, and like require them to do that. So that's been on my mind for many years. I know we want to do this in a couple months. So if anybody's looking for ideas and want to like work with Intuition and us, if you hack on something like that and show us, like, we're definitely interested to also potentially bounty that in the future. So just throwing that out there. If you want to experiment and do stuff in that world, we would love to be a part of that.
Oh, sounds good. And Kames, we have some comments from Arish here. Loved Intuition as a change atoms and triples. And then also like here, Dhruv mentioning, I already have a call for like please select me. So a lot of like, I think people are excited about those missions. Sounds good.
Cool.
Anything else you want to add? Exciting work ahead? Kind of like a closing word, Kames.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate that. So what I will say is Intuition is getting ready to launch a new flagship application. Don't share it quite publicly too much yet, but we're really focusing on. Yeah, it's just between us and this live community call. I'll show it off a little bit, but we want to make a really easy to use consumer application that makes building a knowledge graph like exciting and fun. You can come and build stacks and lists of your favorite places, items, persons, songs, whatever. This is coming in the next couple of weeks. Just want to put that out there. Keep an eye out. We're going to be launching this soon, and like, we're really looking forward to getting this in people's hands. We think people will like it. And we're soon looking to use the delegation framework to use as our onboarding experience. So it's not here yet, but in the next couple of months, it's going to hopefully be a core experience in this app. So I'll leave that on my final note, because that's like kind of where we're headed. And if people want to hop on in a couple of weeks, we would absolutely love it, and would love to hear feedback and opinions. So. Huh?
We have the spoilers for the folks. What's coming
in? Yes,
yep.
And this will leverage fully the Intuition stack in terms of reputation. I like the consumer focused angle. That's very cool. No, yep, awesome. No, thanks so much, Kames. It was a pleasure to chat, and looking forward also on this launch, and also how Intuition is evolving. You guys ship like there is no tomorrow. So good job on all the team. Sounds good. Thanks, Kames.
Cool. Likewise, yeah. Thank you for the time, guys, and letting us have the opportunity to share a bit of what we're working on. I appreciate it.
Same. Okay, sounds good. Let's move to our next section. I think like Ayush, I will toggle you off now. We are moving everything to Connect and Connect Update. Thank you so much for pushing this, and I'm sure like we're planning already a couple of like live stream in the next weeks. So we will see you.
I think there's one minor thing for Ayush to be excited about, the latest Connect updates as well. So I'll hopefully if you're backstage. Yes, and then we'll see if there are more people using those APIs. So yeah, I'll share more.
Nice.
Awesome.
Okay.
Yes. So hey everyone. So yes, this is the time where we talk about the MetaMask Connect updates. We just launched the version 2.1.0. I would love to share my window, probably one of it. And
you want to share your screen?
Walk you through. Yes, to walk you through about like what has changed. So I'm not sharing my seeing my screen, but like if you have it, just confirm.
I can see your screen. Yes.
Okay, nice. So yes, this is where you find the MetaMask Connect related documentation. Everything around MetaMask Connect, you will find it here. The excited bit is about the version which is 2.1.0, and this is live for the MetaMask Connect EVM, which is the compatibility layer for the EVM package, and same goes for the Solana one. For the Solana package with the Connect Solana, which is also live with 2.1.0, and the multi-chain is now with 1.1. So the funny bit, what happened with the latest changes happened around the MetaMask Connect updates is that like when you look at the notes, you'll find that we did a version bump from 1.4 to 2 because of the major breaking changes of some dependency issues, but which now no longer is needed because it's now fixed with 2.1. Thanks for the WAGMI folks to flag those, and also on the similar note that like the WAGMI MetaMask connector is now compatible with the 2.1.0, and everything is very well documented on their side as well as on our own side. The other bit I was talking about, which happened in the 2.0 version, is the inclusion of these two different APIs that went live alongside the 2.0 updates, which is wallet request permissions, and also to do it with the wallet switch Ethereum chain and add Ethereum change. I think if Ayush is here, he would love to talk about like what happened with the request permission changes. I think it's more about like if you have to do it and request some specific APIs to do it with delegations, you would have to request some permissions from the wallet, which was not previously compatible with the multi-chain layer that has a very strict subsets of what you can request from the functions. But like thanks for Ayush to flagging it internally, and then we added this in this version. Alongside that, like the latest update is also preserving the the data, sorry, the JSON RPC error data, which is like much better error handling. And alongside this, with the MetaMask latest updates, if you see on the MetaMask documentation, we keep updating all of it on our docs. And I just want to show off on like how we got the 100 ranking because of the AI agent crawlability score, and how our docs are ranked one of the best among the industry. Not just that, we have compatibility with the the open in Claude, GPT, or Perplexities. Any of the page works, but especially for the MetaMask Connect updates, if you can see, I think all other products of MetaMask, even the embedded wallets and the smart account kits, has this. But we were, I think, late to the party. But like we added it to use the use skills, so you can add it to your agent and just get started very quickly, whether it's a fresh dApp, or if you want to do the migration from the previous legacy SDK to this one. We have you covered for all this.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah.
We
Um,
did it well. In the last like live stream we did, we tested the skills live because like we didn't like inform the agent to like use the connect specifically, and we let it in the agent mode. And in the agent mode we didn't verify that what is it using for the connection, and it was using like the Wagmi 2.x and Rainbow Kit for it. And they were like, okay, we have the connect, right? Why do you want to go with the older version of Wagmi as well, right? And I know like Rainbow Kit does not, as of now, that supports the connect one. So we basically gave the skill file to the agent, and we said, okay, you know what? Okay, do the Wagmi upgrade and also like integrate the connect one. We don't want to use the Rainbow Kit, and it did like in the one shot. So it was pretty good to see that working.
Yeah, no wonder we have the good ranking on AI agents, and thanks also to the the skills repo and the design that we have chosen. I think the next thing is like we already submitted it to Cursor Marketplace to have the Cursor plugin for the MetaMask Connect SDK. Once that goes live, would be much faster to use it with the Cursor. Like if you're using Cursor as your IDE, that would be faster. But I think we cover it for all folks, even if you're not on there. We have you covered with the skills files. We have you covered with the .md files. Like if you are on any of the documentation pages of ours, just do the .md of that page and just put it in the your favorite LMs, and I think they will be able to do the things that the documentation talks about. So yeah,
Yeah.
this was very quick and rapid updates on the MetaMask Connect, and there
Wow,
are
that was
so
good.
many dApps are upgrading to the latest MetaMask Connect SDKs. So I think back to back, I think the previous live stream we talked about some other partners. And today we have another partner with us who just went live with MetaMask Connect, and we would like to bring them on stage and talk about like
Let's
what
do it.
that product is. So welcome Baptist. Baptist is from Merkle, and I would give him the stage to give a quick round of intro, and then we can dive in about.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me here. I'm Baptiste from Merkle. I had sales for the company, but I was one of the devs who initially built the tool. Just had to switch to BD because, as you know, in DeFi, it gets quite technical. And in short, Merkle, what we do is we help protocols, chains, asset issuers incentivize their assets. So, for example, right now, if you hold MUSD on Ethereum or Nina, you're earning some yield. This yield is streamed by Merkle for all the users, and I can get into some more details later. And so we actually implemented the new version of MetaMask Connect, I think 2 weeks ago or last week.
Nice.
It's been working wonders.
Yes.
Is there anything you want me to touch on?
No, I think it's good to just do a screen share and just show like how the integration looks like, and just to give the context that like we reached out to the Merkle team about this because they're already in touch with us about the MUSD that you talked about, but like we thought like why just wait, just do MUSD stuff when we can nudge them to upgrade to the latest SDK because they were using the previous MetaMask SDK, and the team was kind enough to did it in the first go. And I think the documentation played a huge role in terms of like upgrading. But like I'll leave that up
Yeah.
to Baptist to showcase like what it is, and then what Merkle is.
Yeah, so I actually didn't do the integration. One of our devs did it, but to be honest, we all know that Claude did most of the work. It wasn't Fable yet.
Our best friend.
It was last week, but yeah, it went super fast. Like we literally copy pasted the docs, added the asked Claude to do the connector, and it worked like second try, I think. And the integration itself is working wonders. I think one of the best features. So I mean, I can demo, but we all know that it's going to be very fast. One of the really cool features with the new Connect is mainly like the stickiness of the sessions. One thing we noticed, and which is super important for us because we have around 200,000 unique users on the app every month who come back every now and then to the app. Basically, what they do is they come back once every day or two to check if they have new rewards to claim. And the session stickiness has really improved. And so what I noticed like since last week is I'm never disconnected from my app. I never log in again. It just always works. So I think this is, from my point of view at least, the biggest change I've seen since we made the upgrade. And so I mean, sharing the MUSD campaign right now, as you can see, it's something that actually has been going on for a while now. We were on the 21st epoch, so quite a few. And as you can see, we've got 50,000 people rewarded every 4 hours, whether they're on Ethereum or Luna. Do you want me to give some more details about what Merkle is? Maybe for some of the devs,
Sure.
if anyone has questions about the tool.
Yeah, like if a dev is watching, how do they use Merkle, and what is it for them to grab from the session?
Yeah, so basically, like nowadays, if you build a new dApp, you're very likely not going to deploy your own RPC, right? Because you don't want to self-host it. It just takes ages. And reward, incentive, and yield distribution is actually quite similar to this RPC issue, where you could build a system from scratch. But if you want a fast time to market, and if you want to super easily test new ideas, Merkle is a very, very convenient tool. I mean, we've got teams like Aave and Morpho who literally run 100% of their rewards and incentives through us. The main reason is we have literally thousands of features now, I think, and millions of combinations that you can do with our reward system. So instead of basically waiting several weeks to test something out, you come to my UI. I could actually show you. Let me see. All right. So for developers that create campaign on Merkle, that's the UI they use. Also works with MetaMask Connect, of course. And And when they create a campaign, they simply go to this page. They choose one of the multiple templates we have. So let's say you want to incentivize the boring USDC on the market. All you have to do is you select the chain where the market lives, you paste the market ID, which is in the Morpho UI, and then you tell us, okay, I want anyone who borrows USDC to earn a fixed 2% subsidy on their board balance. You add it to the batch. You tell us what chain you want to distribute the tokens on and what token you want to distribute. So let's say you want to pay back USDC. You have a budget of $10,000. You want it to last from tomorrow to the 10th. Oh, and yeah, and so this is entirely configured and it works. And so you can create the campaign like this. Basically takes 5 minutes, and once you're done, it shows up in the Merkle UI. For example, I think I chose a market that already existed. Yep, that was the one. And it basically shows up like this, and in real time, we calculate the rewards and create everything for you. I'm not sure if anyone has questions on this.
This look
We
good.
just shared some links from the studio.merkle.xyz. I think it's quite straightforward also how you do the MetaMask Connect sign in, meaning also people can also use the mobile QR code. Yeah, and then you can land. Yeah, and I think a lot of people use Merkle in this call, I assume, but yeah, it's great that you went through this overview. So what are the features working on next, or what are the main volume that you see in which type of features today?
All right, so today we have, I think, 2 things we're working on. First one is chain expansion. We've deployed Stellar a month ago. We're working on Solana right now. And we're going to use, of course, the MetaMask Solana provider as well there, which we actually already have in the code base. We did everything in one go. So we're ready for this. So it's one of the things, yeah. Solana expansion, maybe some of the move chains, looking at Canton as well. But right now, main focus is, these large non-EVM chains. But the most traction we're seeing today is, as we've all seen, DeFi starting to be more institutionalized. And we've switched from being a provider who distributes a lot of rewards to being a provider who distributes yield. A good example, actually, from yesterday is we've got Robinhood Crypto, who set up an earn program. And what they're doing is they're basically using Merkle to pay the delta between a 7% rate and the native rate on Morpho. And basically, this is to grow the earn product. And as the TVL grows, they will slightly lower the APR. But yeah, the main traction we're seeing is also trying to reach non-DeFi users. It's the same direction Connect is going, where you basically make everything easier for less advanced users and bring everything to them rather than having them look through multiple DeFi apps to find the best yield.
Nice.
That's a good use case. So yeah, thanks Baptiste for showing what Merkle is, and thanks for the integration. And as we see that the connection SLAs are much better with not just Merkle, but most of the dApps who upgrades to the latest version of MetaMask Connect. So I think that is what the main purpose of this SDK was, to have better connectivity and have the better SLA and just the connection works out of the box. And I think one of the key feature of MetaMask Connect is that if you integrate with this and the MetaMask extension is not installed, you still capture the MetaMask user through the QR code flow. So even if the extension is not installed, when you click on MetaMask, a QR code pops up, and hoping that you have MetaMask MetaMask mobile on your mobile phone, and just you scan it through that, right? And just works, and you attain all of the security of MetaMask. So it's a very good feature of MetaMask Connect. So yeah, thanks Merkle for being part of this call, and thanks for the upgrade. Looking forward to be involved with Merkle a lot in future. So yeah.
Nice. Thank
Over
you.
to you, Francisco.
Oh, thank you, Thank you, Baptiste. Exciting. Also, when you're integrating some agent to do some like also like rebalancing or like finding the best yields. Maybe there is also some integration with the MetaMask agent wallet to do it on the. I don't know if you're providing also CLI or something, but something that we should discuss. That's
Working on it.
Yeah.
Working on it.
That should
Awesome.
be a really good use case of this, not just through the UI, but maybe through the CLI of Agent Wallet that we have just launched. So yeah.
Yes. Sounds good. Awesome. Thank you so much, Battista. See you in the next time. Moving forward.
See you. Bye-bye.
So, cheers. Sounds good. I mean, I can't believe we are only 5 minutes late in the 1 hour time, Shabazz. I think we went through different things this call, right? So we kind of like quickly gave an update around embedded wallets, what is actually like supported, what we're deprecating on the Ash side. Then we did a quick fireside chat with Ayush and Cabes from Intuition on Smart Account. And then I was really like excited to see also the Connect update, seeing also what kind of like ecosystem partners are leveraging the entire kind of like connection flow. And then we finish up now with Baptiste on the use case around Merkle sign-in flow also through mobile. And also I didn't know that they were also providing these new features. I don't know. I think like any specific like session that you like the most before we're closing up here, Shabazz.
Oh no, I was very. It was good to learn more about Intuition and how they have opened that marketplace for the community. But because as Ayush was saying that like if you do it through the caveat enforcer through the MetaMask approach, it is a very long delayed process and it has to go through the vetting because of the nature of the caveat enforcer and how the security needs to be taken care of. But at the same time, having a marketplace like Intuition gives people to explore more, iterate faster and learn faster. So I think I really love that section.
Agreed.
And also
Yeah.
the embedded wallet updates, because those updates are the ones which keeps the dApp secure and interesting to use. So I think overall it was a really good
Yeah.
session. Lots
Yeah,
of updates.
agree. Yeah, I definitely enjoyed the attestation side around Intuition. I think we need more DID project around the ecosystem. Especially because right now with a lot of kind of like, let's say AI content, from like general content to kind of like coding content being pushed, there is a lot of like attestation and rankings and even reputation that need to be done. Especially when
I think it reminded me of 8004 on how
Yes.
the attestation and the reputation works. And I think it's good that like the community is building, and that's where we see the best of the community and the tooling.
Yes, I'm excited because next community call that we're planning right now, the backlog is all about the MetaMask agent wallet. So there is a lot of like different things. And I see a question here on Deji, really interesting session. What's the hackathon we announced? So we mentioned at the beginning, we're still running through the judging and we'll announce it next week. That means also there were a lot of different good projects being submitted, meaning it's also hard to actually judge and choose. But we are in the latest round of judging, so
just want to iterate what Ayush said earlier, that like we want to be very diligent on making sure that like all the evaluation are fairly evaluated, and hence the delay. But like, and sorry for that, just iterating what the team is going through that.
Yes.
But like rest assured, it is on track, and I think it's gonna be announced very soon.
Sounds good. Awesome. Yeah. Thanks so much for everyone asking questions, commenting, and also all the fireside chat and the people behind the scene organizing this. We are very excited what also like the future is what is happening right now, from agent to connect to embedded wallet, and there is a lot of like different things that we're also like excited to announce. I think everybody also saw yesterday our big announcement around the MetaMask money account, and also like different things that can happen also from the founder and the builder side, building instruments around that. And yeah, again, we are also doing the MetaMask agent wallet onboarding. If you're interested also to build tooling around that, could be advanced trading workflows, from like stuff like DCA to kind of like scouting specific like opportunities and building social sentiment, literally everything. Feel free to also join this early beta access program. And yeah, until that time, I'm looking forward to see everyone here in either a next live stream or a next MetaMask community call. There are a lot of those, so stay tuned, check out socials, and even if you have question about some debugging or even like a question about integration, all the DevRel team is super happy to answer those. You can ask them in Builder Hub. We have also like a developer chat in Telegram that you can also join. And until the time, thank you so much, Shabazz, also like for staying this long hour, fully packed of updates. And thanks so much also for everyone that caused this session today and make this happen.